Hi, Decadal Kids. We're here to show the kids box. You get Pete the cat and the 5 little pumpkins, and you also get numbers. You can put them on your pumpkins, 5 little pumpkins. You can put them on, or you don't need to if you don't want. And then here's the 5 faces, and you have 5 white sponges that are white, and then we also have this big yellow sponge, just one of them for this box. And here's some chunky pumpkins, 5 of them. And then these are your pink colors: orange, red, blue, yellow, purple, green. Let's get started. I'm gonna paint, you use your big orange sponge. You can pick whatever color you want to paint your pumpkins. I'm gonna pick orange. And you don't need to pick orange if you don't want to. So I'm going to start dabbing.
Can you paint in the middle?
Yeah.
So I can see. And can you just paint it right there? So for these pumpkins, you can dab it like she was doing, or
you can like spread it like this or something. I don't
yes.
know. Like
but you don't need a lot of paint. Okay, so
like,
a little bit of paint goes a long, long way.
Like dab it in, and then you just spread it all over, or you can dab.
And then, are you gonna want to paint the sides?
You can paint the sides if you want. And
Okay, so show how we paint the sides. We'll just turn it on its side.
By holding the stem of the pumpkin, and then we'll just brush it.
Good job. We don't really have to paint the bottom because that's where we're gonna have it sit to dry, right?
Yeah. And if you don't want it to stick, onto the whatever you're doing, like
onto your paper?
Yeah. You don't want it to do that, so you can just paint the sides, not the bottom. Paint like that, and that's perfect.
And then paint the other side?
Yeah, you can paint the other side if you want. You don't have to if you don't want.
And then continue painting all your pumpkins, and then check back with us for the next steps on how to apply your stencil.
My paint is dry, so now I'm ready to sand my stencils to get my stencil applied to the pumpkin.
So let's show them. Sand your pumpkins.
Like sand both sides, like this.
And it doesn't have to be anything too crazy. You don't have to take off a lot of paint. You just have to smooth it off so you'll see it.
And then you just feel it, and it's so soft. And now this side's like kind of rough. Now you sand that side to make it feel like the other side. Just blow it off.
Okay, so do that to all 5 pumpkins. Okay, Deck It Out Kids, we are now ready to apply our stencils. So what we're going to do is you might need an adult to help you with this. You will have 5 different faces for your pumpkins. Okay, they all have this clear transfer tape on them. So what we're going to do is we're going to save that clear transfer tape. Okay, so don't throw it away. What would you like to say?
It's doesn't have to, you can pick the pumpkin like, I wanted to pick like this pumpkin to have this face, or like that pumpkin to have this face. So you can pick which pumpkin you can.
You're right. You can pick whichever pumpkin you want to have the face. Okay, so this is where you're gonna smooth this down. Okay, flip it over, peel from the corner. Okay, and you're gonna get a plain white piece of paper. Leave that there. So now the clear and the blue are on here. Okay, now we're gonna lay this down. And then you're gonna take your hands and you're gonna stick it down really good. So rub on it, okay? Smear it like this to make it stick. It's a sticker. That's why your paint has to be dry. That's why you have to sand it. Now watch, we're gonna pull up the corner of the clear, okay? Then I'm gonna take this clear and I'm gonna stick it on top of one of the numbers because I'm gonna reuse it on this, okay? Now, let's say that you lose the white the clear transfer tape. You can still stick these down. They will stick down quite easily because there's no insides to them. The only number that you might have an issue with is the number 4, but these are like giant stickers, so you can just pick up the inside spot and put it down. After you peel up the clear, smooth these over one more time just to make sure that they are stuck down and stuck down well, because the next step we're going to teach you is how to paint. And when we paint, we actually dab. So finish applying your stencils and then we'll get to painting.
I'm gonna pick a color and I'm gonna dab it on. I'm not just gonna do it like smoothly because it might ruin it, and I'm only gonna use a little bit of paint because you don't want it to bleed through and be like a messy one. I'm gonna pick the color blue. I'm just gonna put a little on, and like I could dab some off.
Yep, dab it on.
Boop, boop, boop. And I could dab it on my project. And if
Okay, so you're gonna repeat this process with all of your pumpkins, and you can see that May is just dabbing it into this puddle she had here because you don't need a lot of paint, okay?
if you run out of paint like I did, you can use some more paint, but you don't dab in there. But if you have some like right there or something, wherever you put it on the placemat, then you can use that paint before you go into the next one.
Okay, so repeat this process and then we'll show you. Once the paint is dry, you can peel up your stencil and we'll show you how to do that too.
This is how you peel up your stencil. So I'm gonna start with this yellow one. So I'm just gonna put my nail in here. Here.
You can pick it up.
I am. Like that. And now I'm gonna start peeling. And if you, then you hold the pumpkin down, then set them, and then you just keep peeling.
Yep, peel it off like a Band-Aid and then move on to the next one.
And then look at how cute it is.
Super cute. Okay, keep going, Miss May.
Now I'm gonna peel this purple one. Let's peel it. This one's not coming.
Okay, so she's peeled up all of her stencils. Notice on this one that we have a little bit of over painting.
We can sand it right off.
You're right. You can sand it.
Or if it doesn't
So
really
sand
work,
it gently.
If it doesn't work,
And then you can take
use
your
like a
orange
baby wipe.
and put more orange back on. and then you're set. Now this side needs to dry a little bit before we flip it over. But pick your dry pumpkins. This one's dry.
Yeah,
flip it over.
Now we're gonna.
You're gonna repeat the process with the numbers. So you'll peel it off. Okay. And then we'll stick it on. Remember, you're peeling off the blue and the clear and then sticking it on, and now we're peeling up the clear, and now this piece is now garbage. Okay? Just make sure that you don't get the pumpkin in the wet paint that's maybe sitting here. Okay? Then you're going to repeat the process of dabbing lightly with just a little bit of paint. Mix the colors if you want. You know, if this side's red, maybe you make the side blue. Or make them all the same. Go ahead. You may start painting. And then repeat the same process with dabbing the paint and then waiting for it to dry and then peeling up your stencil.
Thanks for crafting with me. Enjoy your pumpkins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Should we flip them?
And here are the cute
Oops.
faces.
Oops.
Here are the cute faces.
Okay, be sure to check us out in our Deck It Out DIY Facebook group.
1, 2, 3,
Tag us in your posts and show us what you created. Thanks, kids.